ex-mayors, and today I want to introduce all of you to the PNTLIVE network. You can visit it for free at any time on PNTLIVE.net. Now, some of you may be asking, hey Alex, what is the PNTLIVE network? Well, let me tell you. The PNTLIVE network will be an umbrella that links together a multitude of video podcasts revolving around the elements of politics, public figures, legalities in all aspects of society, along with the mechanics of the pornography industry. Many of you have followed a podcast that I've produced for several years and a website I developed known as Porn News Today. The podcast is called Porn News Today Live. The Porn News Today website, as of current, is only an archive. There's nothing more to add because the truth is, when you're talking about the mechanics of the pornography industry today, you're not really talking about porn. You're talking about relationships and how those relationships segue into business and how that business is affected by legal issues and how those legal issues all pertain to various public figures. And that is what I have decided really needs to be discussed from here on out. So again, make sure that all of you do take a look at pntlive.net. Now here's what's coming up on pntlive.net. Many of you may remember late last May on the Porn News Today Live webcast, I discussed porn industry veteran Melissa Hill's taking to task of an unscrupulous, unethical, and quite possibly illegal pornography studio known as D&E Media. Melissa Hill decided to approach via social media platforms XBiz, XCritic, and a multitude of other adult industry news outlets in regards to the abuse and quite possibly the obscenity practices that D&E Media appears to be involved in. Now, since Melissa Hill has spoken out, there have been several linked to the adult entertainment industry who have chosen to unjustifiably attempt to discredit her and bully her and even threaten her. That's not right. But in the upcoming PNTLive.net Porn News Today Live podcast, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of exactly what is going on when it comes to that situation.
Them out because I want people in the industry to know exactly what happens to performers who speak out. Now, I'm not a performer anymore. I'm retired. So I'm not worried about being blacklisted or anything like that. But girls that are concerned about those things, this type of tactic is very scary. And I can see why a lot of performers, when they speak out and they receive threats like the ones I'm about to read out to you, I can see why they go silent. And
in addition, in another upcoming PNT Live Porn Law News video podcast, we're going to go ahead and delve deep into the possible legal breaches of D&E Media, aka Ghetto Gaggers, aka Latina abuse, aka facial abuse, aka radical Jislam. Because not to spoil the podcast, but just on the surface, D&E Media appears to be breaching trademark law. Their primary director is utilizing a name that has been long time trademarked by Lucasfilms Limited. You know, the people who make Star Wars. So how are they getting away with it? And if they're willing to breach just trademark law, what other kinds of legalities are they willing to breach? That's something that we're going to talk about. One thing I do want everyone to keep in mind when it does come to the pornography industry is that each and every porn star is not only an adult actor or actress, they are also a public figure. And one thing that I do want to really get into when it comes to the fact that these individuals are public figures is the rampant deaths. There have been so many unusual and strange deaths that have occurred over the past few years that all revolve around porn stars, not just August Ames, but let's not forget about January Sarah, Shelley Lubin, and as of today, a young woman who is known as Kimberly Ann. Too much death. These are public figures. Why are these deaths not being investigated further? Is it because they're adult actors and actresses, aka sex workers, which are viewed as being bottom of the barrel in society? Something to discuss. So once more, I'm Alex Mayers, and remember, you can keep up with these podcasts and quite a few coming up in the future on PNTLIVE.net. And remember, if you just want to keep up with me, all you gotta do is visit AlexandraMayersLive.com. See you on social media. Bye-bye.